Mr. Sharpe, are you ready?
What's up, everybody? How y'all doing this evening? I'm coming here jamming a little bit. Shout out to my sons, Desmond and Lamar. They made that little beat. A little talented young man. They must get it from their daddy. I just wanted to come on tonight because we had some technical difficulties, and we had some pieces that came that weren't the right pieces. Blase. So, and which is good because I got a restraining order on him anyway, so he ain't allowed to be up within 20 feet of me. So so it worked out, but it ends next week, so he can come back next week. But this is not our first episode. We're going to do our first episode next week. I just wanted to come in and say hi to everybody, maybe even answer some questions, do some things like that. I have to just shout out I got a shout out of a very talented young lady. I know you've seen our logo, Deja Green. Man, she is talented. So if you ever need anything, go check her out. I'll repost it. We're going to come back next week. Had to move some people back. It's all good though. I mean, listen, life throws you curveballs sometimes, and that's okay. It's quite all right, and you got to get past it. So as to say hi to a few people. I see some of my people. Let me see. Okay. All right. I see my boy Todd. All right. How y'all doing? Artavian on East High people right there. You know it. I figured, well, since I'm here, I might as well, I figured we might as well talk a little bit. What do you think about that? Just have a little chat. Because I know there was a lot of things going on. I tried to get a hold of Derek, that guy, I tell you. But anyway, one of the things that I want to do when I came up with this podcast, I said, stay sharp. It's because I wanted to show people, I wanted to talk to people about some of the things that are going on in the country, some things that'll help you throughout life. We're going to probably have some real estate agents in, some financial advisors, I have a couple of police officers that are very well known around the country that are going to be they're going to take part of this podcast. But the thing is I just want everybody to stay sharp, and I want you to, and no pun intended, but I just want you all to stay sharp. And it's always good to know stuff. I feel like me, I'm 40 something, and I'm constantly learning. I'm constantly learning, and it's okay to keep learning. I hope I'm still learning till I take my last breath. So what I want to do today, though, is, okay, I see some of my Kansas people in here. And Ms. Fire, I'm sorry I didn't call you back. I've been literally doing this until I had to turn my phone off. But yeah, so what I wanted to do, I just wanted to come in and I just wanted to maybe, tell you a little bit of things that we're going to do. One of the things we're going to do is, me and Derek, we're going to give away some gift cards. I'm going to have a trivia question. In fact, I think I'm going to do a trivia question here right at the end of this. This is not going to be long. I just wanted to maybe kind of just get in a little bit and just maybe see what anybody wanted to think about, talk about. I had a couple things I wanted to talk about, and I'm going to say, I'm going to put my first topic up here. My first topic is our nation. What do you think about our nation? And what do you think, what is it? We are in a lot of turmoil right now, and I feel like, a lot of people have questions of what can we do to turn this around? And I think one of the things that we have to do is, playing sports all my life, I figured I played a lot of team sports, and I think the only individual sport really technically I ever did was wrestling. And even still, that was a team sport, because at the end of the day, it doesn't matter if you won, it's how many matches your whole team won. And I feel like with us, we have to come together and we have to be in unison together. we all have to be in unison together. We have to work together as a team, because together everyone achieves more. And I feel like sometimes we go off into these different tangents where people just do their own thing. They want to do their own thing, and people don't know how to disagree. I know people disagree with me. That's fine. I'm not wrong. I'm not, listen, I'm not always right. Sometimes I look at myself, I listen to myself and I'm like, do you wrong? And I gotta correct myself, but it's okay. I don't tear myself down for it. But I think like we have to learn to get together and let me see, what do you think? So I'm gonna go ahead and pick somebody on here. Uh, there it is. Boom. Let's put that one up there. Dave Knights. We all got to come together. Absolutely. We all have to come together and we have to work together as a team. I think the thing is we have to acknowledge what the issues are in our country, and we have to all be willing to address them and work on them. You know what's in your heart, and you know how you feel, and what you're feeling in your heart. And if you are still feeling some type of hatred in your heart as a grown man or woman, then you really need to reevaluate yourself, and you need to seek some help. You need to go talk to somebody, maybe go to a place where you can understand, because sometimes people are never exposed to the tragic situations that a lot of people have to live through. And then when you look at them, you make assumptions of people without even knowing where they've been or what they've been through. Because I think a lot of times people, like, they look at me and they be like, man, you got your life together. I'm like, well, I don't. It's a struggle every day. But I think the thing is like when people used to there was a time in my life when people used to look at me because I didn't have, like, when everybody was wearing Adidas and the Kangos and all that stuff. And it was just like, man, like my mom couldn't afford that stuff. I was wearing Wranglers. And I think even one point in time, I had some Jordache jeans. Don't even ask me. Let's not even really debate into it. Let's not get into it. I think I had some Jordache jeans. They were hanging up in the boys section. I tried to tell my mom they were not boy jeans. She bought them for me anyways. I had to wear them. But that's a side note. But people used to look at me and they used to say, like, they used to pick on me, like man, like used to pick on me so tough because I didn't have what everybody else had. I still was wearing butterfly collars when, man, they had been out of style probably 10, 12 years prior to I was still wearing them. People didn't know our situation growing up. So it was real easy for somebody looking on the outside to say, you know what? Yeah, you look trashy, you look bummy, but they didn't know that my mom was working 2-3 jobs trying to make sure that, we could have a roof over our head, and sometimes our lights and stuff got cut off. But that's the thing. So we just have to make sure that we, stop being so quick to pass judgment on people. So, and I think while I'm here too, I guess, what questions do you have? Let's talk. Let's see. That's a good one right here. Let's pick that one right there. Rosary Heckman. Yes, we should all be able to communicate as adults. We don't have to always agree. We need to be able to have real discussions and appreciate what is being said. Absolutely. But also, too, I think one of the things that we also have to understand is that sometimes, we have to, sometimes it's kind of like when somebody loses a family member very close to them and you've never lost one, and you can't really tell them how to feel, or, you know what I'm saying? You have compassion for them, but you really truly don't know what they're going through. Like, say, if they lost a parent and you have both of your parents, you haven't experienced that pain yet. So it's kind of hard. So we have to be able to be compassionate as well. Definitely have to be compassionate towards other people. I think that's what we lack in our world today. People always ask me, why do you like working with kids? Because kids are so pure. They don't have that hatred in their heart. And somewhere along the way, they are taught that. So it's easier to work with kids and push them in the right direction, and then keep it rolling. Somewhere along the line, the parents and stuff, they're teaching kids not to even, sorry about that. Adults should lead by example. Absolutely. So I got one other question real quick. I'll jump into that one. and we'll talk about the protest. I know that a lot of people are actually they're furious, they're upset. They see protesting going on everywhere. But the one of the things that I know, I had a lot of people call and check up on me, because there's a lot of people who called and checked up on me because they know the struggle that I go through. They know I go through the struggle of being a Black man in America and also being a police officer. When I see unarmed Black men hurt in the street, yes, that saddens me. It angers me. I'm frustrated. I want to, this fire just grows in me. But then on the flip side too, people say things like we should get rid of the police, or let's go out and just start killing police officers. And then I'm sitting here thinking, and I'm like, I know so many amazing police officers. I work with a lot of them. And, like I said before, and I'll say it again, a lot of them do things behind the scenes that nobody even knows about. But when it comes to the protests, and again, you may not agree with me, and that's fine, but it's not also just about police reform or police brutality. It's about injustices. And I tell people all the time, you unless you actually lived it, you really don't understand. And sometimes we live in this bubble where people just really don't know. They don't know really what it's like to be a Black man or a Black woman in America. And sometimes it's challenging. And people like to think just because I'm the happy-go-lucky person, I do so much for so many people, I'm always smiling, this and that and other. To this day, sometimes on a daily basis, I still go through injustices in my life. I still go through where I feel like I'm being discriminated against because I can't think about what any other reason it could possibly be, but I think that it just has to be because of my skin, because I don't talk bad to anybody, I don't hurt anybody, but I experience it. So I feel like when these protests are happening, it's happening for people like me who are experiencing this. Because here's the thing, I've known a lot, not just myself, but I've known other people who have went into jobs and they did not get a job, and they said, oh, sometimes in America, they say we're going to go a different direction. I've even heard that when it comes to just Black NFL coaches that were going in to apply for jobs, to say, oh, we want to go in a different direction. And it's kind of like, well, man, that person was really, really qualified. So what kind of different direction are you going in? So, and that's the thing. It's like, we want to make sure that we understand the protests are, we don't want the violence. The protest is to get your message across. And sometimes, but then also too, as you're getting your message across, you also want to know, what is your plan at the end game? What are you planning on doing? Once you have the attention of the people that you need to have their attention, what are you going to do then? So that's what the protest is about. And then it's also about making change, because that's why you're protesting. You're walking all these miles and you're standing in the hot sun or the rain, and next thing you know it, why are you walking for? Because at the end of the day, you can walk as much as you want to until you finally say, okay, I need to sit down with somebody and I need to talk, and we need to start putting plans and working together. Because that thing again, unity, working together and coming up with a plan so that everybody can live in harmony and live together. Let's see. Okay, let's try this one right here. Kathy, we need to look at others and to help them, not hurt them. Too much judging going on. Absolutely. That's what I was talking about before. Yeah, a lot of judging going on because people used to judge me because I was walking around. Now, I probably would have judged me too if I'm walking around here in some Jordache jeans with some Sprint shoes on. I'm telling you, my shoes were plastic and they sound like high heel stilettos. So it was probably, people were looking at me. It was like, man, he's cute. People were judging me. And like I said, but then again, they didn't know what I had to go through. So, that's that. But we have to, like I said, people are so quick to hurt other people. And I always tell people, I really don't get opportunity to really look at a lot of the comments on my social media. And I feel like a lot of times I post stuff and I'll keep moving. But sometimes when I do get on, I see other people trying to tear other people down. And there's no need for that. There's absolutely no need for that. Those are the things. Like, if I see people who try to tear me down, I'll just look at them and I smile. I'm like, oh, ain't that cute? And I just keep moving. Sometimes I don't have to jump in and attack anybody. There's no need for me, because at the end of the day, what is that going to do for me? What is that going to do for me? Absolutely nothing. It's not going to do anything for me. So instead of being a big keyboard warrior and tough guy or tough woman, I just keep it moving, and I don't, what I'm saying, I don't worry about any of that stuff. You want to say something negative and bad about me? That's fine. Okay, that's your opinion. Everybody's entitled to their opinion, and just keep on moving. All right, I want to keep it moving. I don't want to make this long tonight because I don't want Derek trying to beat me up. So, because he think he real super tough. But I got one other question. What can we do to bring unity to our country? I mean, what do you all think we can do to bring unity to our country? I know we kind of like touched on it a little bit about a little bit of the things, but I feel like it's just again, we have to really open up our eyes and open up our hearts to anyone and everyone, and I think a lot of times too, it's just like one of the things I like to talk to when we're mentoring kids, and I say stuff, and I want you to, this is the perspective that I want you to really look at it. Some of the things that say things bad to other people, how would you feel if somebody said that to your mother or your grandmother or your father? How would that make you feel? Because think about that. That's somebody's mama. That's somebody's daddy. You know what I'm saying? Some of the kids that you see hugging me and loving me, that's somebody's child. Okay. And some of these people that you're out here going in on, they have a son or a daughter, and you are here just bashing people. Think about that. I mean, really think about that. What if somebody talked to your kids like that? I'm just saying, just a thought, just food for thought. So, um, let's see. Let me see this one right here. People are hurt and angry. Stages of grief are in motion. Absolutely. People are hurt. I'm hurt. Okay. I'm hurt. I remember after I saw what happened in Minnesota, and I was just talking to my buddy today, Bobby White from Basketball Cop Foundation. I talked to him earlier today, and he's distraught, and he feels the same pain that I felt, because I felt like everything I've been working towards and trying to build that relationship in the community and trying to bridge that gap. One officer in Minnesota kind of just like set everything back, and it sets you back to a point where you wonder if is this even worth it, or should you even keep going on? Because I know he felt the same exact way. And and then something happened with him. A kid that he mentored came up and was just like, you know what? Yep. He said, because of you, I want to be a police officer. I have kids that I've actually mentored throughout the years of just not realizing you're mentoring them. And the next thing you know it, they talk about they want to be police officers. So then, our bus got vandalized at Be a Better Me Foundation, and then turn around, it was our community that in the notes that I received, and they was like, Lamar, we believe in what you are doing down there at that foundation. And that right there was just powerful for me, because I was like kind of at the point where I was like, you know what, I'm just going to pay for the window myself, and let's keep it moving. And I felt like, man, how could they do that to us? I was like, we help so many kids around here. We help so many families around here. We've given away thousands of book bags. Why us? But at the end of the day, I'm like, you know what? It is. There's hatred sprinkled everywhere. And all you can do is keep trying to be that positive change. And you can try to hope that you can smooth somebody over. And that's the only thing you can hope for. So let me do a couple questions right here. Let me see the little comments here. Seeing this is things like this. Keep working. Your ministry matters. Thank you. Appreciate that. Laura, I'm gonna go ahead and put this up here as far as getting rid of dirty cops. Yeah, listen, there's no place. Hold on. Let me go back a little. There it is, right here. I'm sorry, my hands are so big, and I got this microphone in my way. As far as getting rid of dirty cops, absolutely. There's no room or no space for dirty cops. Let me tell you, when I was in Akron, I'll never forget walking from Goodyear. There was a big old fight. I was like, you know what? Me and my boys was like, oh, we about to go watch the fight. So then next thing you know it, some people start pulling out knives, and next thing you know, you hear talk about guns. So we was like, you know what? Let's walk the other way. We literally walked probably 4 or 5 miles the opposite way of where we needed to go because we knew it was trouble. Cops roll up on us. They throw us down. We fit the description. 3 black young men. We fit the description. I ain't never been in trouble in my life. My mama don't even let me leave the porch, but I fit a description that day. And to be thrown on the car, I'll never forget. It was like from the scene of. It was literally I was in the scene of what is that? Shoot, I forget what the name of that movie, but I felt like I was in the scene with Doughboy and what's the name, Ricky, and I felt like I was. I remember I was like, man, that's crazy, and I never forget. Like that put the ultimate fear. Like I didn't want to. It like traumatized me. Like I didn't want to really leave my steps. My friends used to pick on me, like, "Oh, he ain't allowed to leave." I was like, I'm allowed to leave, but I don't want to leave because I hear the stories too of police officers that were just doing wild things. So, right, there's no room for it. Again, I was led to this because this is something that I felt was needed. I didn't invent this. I know a couple other officers that were here when I got hired that was doing the same thing. And I just kind of seen what they were doing and talking to them. And it was like, man, and knowing what's in my heart, now here's me. So hopefully I can inspire some other officer that may be coming along to do the same thing. So that there is no room for dirty cops. Absolutely. I could tell you right now, you will get 99% of 99% of officers around the country to say there's no room for dirty cops because dirty cops make our job is already hard. It makes it so much harder. So, I want to go ahead and I'm going to end this, but what I want to do is I want to go ahead and I'm going to put this number up right here so you can put it in your phone right now because the question is about to pop up, okay? So if you know the answer to this, text the answer to it. The first one that gets it right, I'm going to give you a gift card, okay? I'm going to give you a gift card. I will reach out to you, get your address, mail it out to you, and I hope you're ready. It's not hard. But this is Derek's job, and Derek's not here. So when you see Derek, I want you all to throw a banana in this tailpipe, please. Okay? Please do that. So the question, I'm not even gonna put it up there. I'm gonna say it. Okay? I'm gonna say it. So here's the question. In 1964, which president, don't put it up there, which president signed the Civil Rights Act of 1964? Now, text it to that number, and I will hook you up with a gift card. First come, you got it. Now, don't mess up. All right? Don't mess up. So, also, too, what we're going to do is we're going to have sponsors each week. Me and Derek are going to go out and have sponsors. And we got a winner. We have a winner. All right. So let me get this. Let me see who this winner is. So each week we're going to open up, and we're going to, if you ever want to be a sponsor, we're going to have your logo and everything up here. You can be the sponsor for the show. Also, too, I really truly believe in our youth, and one of the things we want to do with our sponsorships, we want to be able to provide kids in the community that are doing outstanding things. We want to be able to provide them with with a little cash, just to help kids out, because when you got kids doing everything doing the right things, we want to reward them. So that's one of the things we're going to do. Gloria Hewitt, yes. Gloria, you are the winner. You got it right. Lynn Johnson, absolutely. That was correct. Now, also, too, one of the things that I want to do is this sponsor to this evening is pretty near and dear to me. If I can go ahead and get my computer here rolling. The sponsor for this evening is your one-stop shop, my girl, Val Ryan. Now, I don't know. If you ain't never been to the one-stop shop, you are missing out. My girl, Val Ryan, got sweets. I'm telling you, like, you be sitting up here like this at night, like, man, they just be calling me, man. They just be calling me. Yes. So 1904, she's at 1901 East Tusk, Canton, Ohio. Her phone number there is 330-949-3851. You can reach her at the One Stop Shop, 1987 at yahoo.com. Please, oh, please go check her out. You will not be disappointed. This girl made cakes, and I'm talking about they just look amazing. So please, if you need anything, you need to go visit her. Again, that's the One Stop Shop. My girl, Val Ryan, she is awesome. She's amazing. I'm so proud of her because I've watched her. They always say, like, sometimes you say things as a single Black mom that you can't do anything. And I've watched her just constantly grow. And now she got her business. She's going. I'm very proud of you, Val. Keep it rolling. So, again, next week I will have Derek here. We will be set up. I actually have him sitting right beside me. The restraining order is over on like Tuesday, so we're good for Wednesday. We'll try to get it rolling at 7 o'clock because I know he has to get off work and get here, so it'll be close. I appreciate all your support. Thank you for tuning in this evening. And Gloria, congratulations. And I will send that gift card out to you. All right, everybody, take it easy.